Hey y'all, how y'all doing? It's your boy Mo Better from Mo Better Publishing Production LLC in connection with I Deserve a Deal and Collective Minds LLC. But today, I keep going through a bunch of situations on Facebook and media and things of that nature, and I see a bunch of sisters communicating about how bad the brother is and the things that they have gone through, with a brother and how sick and terrible he is. Now, I want you to understand something that for real going through some situations that I've been going through recently, I agree with you. There are some sick individuals out here that have a lot of our sisters going through the situations that they go through and then being passed off to a good brother, being passed off to a good brother, not knowing that this sister is not a victim through situations of post-trauma and to a certain degree subconsciously accepting the abnormal as the normal and passing us off into the next relationship, not even knowing in most cases. You got some terrible sisters out here, period. But then you have, some Jezebels and some Delilahs. But at the same time, you have a lot of these situations where they're being passed off as abused, passed off as, what do they call it, scarred, scorned, and damaged. Some unrepairable, some not. But I want to think about this, talk about this, because some people can deal with the situation for so long that they believe the abnormal actually becomes the normal, to where now they can't even accept and understand you because they're so used to dealing with what has happened before them. And now they begin to treat you and deal with you as if you are the person before them, because through post trauma, you're triggering whatever the situation was back then. And the thing is, you don't even know sometimes. Because, see, when a sister gets a good brother through the situations that she has been through, she doesn't want to tell this good brother about the situations that she's been through because she feels that sense of insecurity, that sense of rejection, that sense of he won't accept me, so I'm not going to say anything. Well, let me tell you something, sister, for real, that the brother that's really caring for real, like Tyrese said in the beginning, he said, you don't just put everything on a plate on him, brother. You know what I'm saying? The first day or so, week of things of that nature. But when you see somebody that's really caring for you, talk to him openly and honestly, because guess what? If he care for you, guess what? He's gonna be there and he's gonna try to fight the world for you. People talk about Captain Saber, H. It's not about that. It's about if he love you unconditionally, for real, for real. He cares for you unconditionally, begins to love you unconditionally. He's gonna fight and he's gonna help. Whatever it is that comes in front of you, he's gonna become that Superman. He's going to actually try to deny self to work for you. I'm telling you, you support and sponsor, man. I'm not talking about financially in situations of that nature, but if you do that, you support and you finance, not if you support a man, sponsor a man, he will live for you. Trust and believe what I'm telling you, but when you come through this relationship, begin to tell him the truth. Women have a tendency to try to make a man believe that, or try to get us to understand that whatever it is that you're acting out, we should know, and we don't. And when we're asking you these questions and we're like, try to give us an understanding. So in a lot of situations, you have to be fair with us. Be fair with us to degrees to where, guess what? We can't foretell the future. We're not prophets. To degrees to where we can read your mind and your every emotion. Guess what? We're imperfect. Sometimes we're wrong. And we would do anything for you. Showing you that we would do anything for you. But in the abnormal becoming the normal, you begin to reject what we are. And then you hold us responsible for the things that somebody else did to you beforehand that for real, we have nothing to do about and will give self over for to take away what happened to you. So please be fair. So I understand that some of you can't, due to the situations that took place, You're scared to tell the truth. You're insecure to tell the truth. Some of you just can't speak, not articulate, don't know how to even say what actually happened to you. But again, give this man a chance. Give him a chance to be able to communicate with you. And if he's showing you that everything that he does is about you, be fair with him. Try to look for a means and a way to make whatever he's trying to do happen so he can give you that love you desire, you need, you want. Because he's actually trying to. But again, some of you come in the game with more game than the man. And you won't explain everything that's going on. And then you expect him to know when he doesn't. And then you hold him responsible for what is actually going on when it's not his fault. Please understand that. Take what I say to back. And I'm not just talking about, people know situations that's going on with me right now, but for real, I wrote about this stuff that's copyrighted in my book in 1998, before I even knew my wife existed. So I've been experiencing these situations, not just personally, but people who communicate with me. I've been without a certificate and a license, a life coach for a long time because everybody come and talk to me about about their situations, not knowing I be having a lot of problems in mine. I'm to my life, period. I just overlook things and people see the glasses on the nerd side and the smile and think that everything is okay when they hear about my history, all the things that I made it through. But I'm not Superman. But I'm experiencing these situations and I'm dealing with this, and that's what allowed me to write about these things about 20 years ago. But now I'm seeing all this stuff on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and things of that nature. And I want some of you sisters to understand. You got a deadbeat dad. You got dudes that abusive. You got dudes that it is and this and that. But at the same time, I want you to begin to be fair. Sit down and really communicate. See, because some of you can think you saying something, but you're not. And again, you will create this situation and desire for us to imagine what's happening. And then we're wrong for not guessing correctly. That's not fair to the dude. That's not fair to you. That's not fair to the relationship. And sometimes, like I said, I put up on groups to where now, as of recently, people see me going to therapy. Let me tell you about me. I'm an ex-gangster. I'm an ex-street dude. I traveled the United States and a few different countries doing everything it was that I wanted to do. I played with hammers. People that y'all call OG call me OG in real life. Seriously. I've been to some of the worst prisons documented in the United States of America and ran them with my dudes. Did what I wanted to do, how I want to do it. 4.5 years in solitary confinement, things of that nature. And I don't say that to brag on that. Guess what I say? I say those things to let you know that if I have gone through all that and y'all consider me to be this rah-rah dude, guess what I'm telling you? I go to therapy. Psychological therapy, man. I do psychotherapy. I sit down on the soft couch and I talk to people about the issues that I go through in life. Because guess what? When you strong for real, you go against the norm. The weak follow the crowd. The strong, the courageous, they go against the norm. So guess what I'm doing? That guy that y'all, oh my God, I seen him on the news and the movies and I heard I go to therapy, man. Because when I have an issue, guess what I want to do? I want to solve that issue in order for me to be able to navigate and move through life positively, correctly, peacefully. You see what I'm saying? So this is what allows me to be out in some types of situations to where it's not a smiling situation, but I smile. I walk with my head up despite my trials and tribulations. So don't be too big to go and deal with somebody on the process and situations of therapy. I have somebody in the organization, Collective Minds LLC, that's actually a counselor, psychologist, sociologist. We have people in there for etiquette. We have people in there for all types of situations that are willing to assist us as a people. And the best thing about it is they're of the culture. They're of our culture. They're of our ethnicity. So this is what we need. And if it'll work for me, man, it'll work for you. So that's the whole process of this. And sisters, please, again, Be fair to your dude. At the same time, again, we got them dudes that's ridiculous. But I'm talking about that dude that's really trying to be for you. Some of you can't acknowledge or see that he is really for you because, again, in your mind, the abnormal has actually become the normal when it's really not. Sit back, get out of the emotions of yourself at sometimes, and really sit down and reason and see what really is. Stop all. A lot of times, this is what we do. You see that? You see my fingers? I'm blaming. I'm pointing you. But how many of those are pointing back at me? You see that? Sometimes we are responsible for some of the situations that take place. No. Some, yes. Sometimes we need to sit down and accept responsibility for parts that we play, and things aren't really as bad as we can make them be. I had to do that this morning. As you see, a lot of the things that I speak about come from my heart. That so they're freestyle. Things aren't written down or going through all those type of situations because it's real. This is who I am. I'm gonna keep it Kanye every trip. 100,000 trillion. It's your boy Mo Better. Sisters, be fair. And at the same time, both parties or single parties, before you get with, be complete as you can be as an individual before you seek the other half of you that you think is going to make you whole. Don't be scared of therapy. Individually or as a couple, as together, as a friend, if you can trust this person, do that. If it's going to make your life better, make it happen. Because I want people to understand that just because you're by yourself, if you do not confront and attack the issue that is allowing you to go through a lot that you're going through, guess what? Even alone, you still gonna have those issues. They need to be dealt with. I have a piece in my book and it says that change for the better is always good and fear is to be conquered. Now take care. It's your boy Mo Better.